Killers, story by Rolando Enrique Rosales Murga. I remember an afternoon at the little dinner I usually go to. There was a man carrying a machete, very drunk, though he had the appearance of someone wicked. He disturbed me. Suddenly, he looked at me and said, "Dark clothing can mean many things." Perhaps I replied. I continued eating, trying to avoid him. He noticed my ear, which is pierced with an earring, and told me that I should not wear it merely for pleasure. Then I looked at him seriously. He asked me how much courage I had. That sounded like a challenge to me. I do not like being challenged. I became angry. Then he said, "Relax, I'm only asking whether you will kill." Of course I would, if necessity demanded it, if my life depended on it, I answered. Then he told me that we should rob a bank and kill anyone who crossed our path. I am no criminal, yet I told him yes. I'll be right back, I said then. But he waited in vain, for I would not return. As I left, I overheard him asking the owner of the place whether she knew that I was a murderer. He was slandering and defaming me in case I did not come back. He was not so foolish after all. Later, I went to the place where I usually bathe, the little spring of Dos de Junio, which has appeared in many of my stories, and I noticed that a santero was waiting there. I began asking him about a painting of the Anima Sola, but he told me that it was not a good spirit. A santero speaking of good and evil spirits, that is irony, I thought to myself. Then he disappeared into the hills without saying another word. I was bathing peacefully when I turned around. Behind me stood a man whom I had once seen being beaten for preaching as an evangelical. In truth, he's insane. He stared at me with piercing eyes. I greeted him. He answered with a very deep and strange voice. I had my back to the water and was beginning to get dressed. He saw my black clothes, my gloves, my glasses, my satchel, my boots, and the school buckle on my belt. Perhaps he thought I was some demonic being. Wanting to tease him a little, I said, "I'm leaving now. My father is waiting for me." "Who's your father?" he replied. "Beelzebub. Who else?" I answered jokingly. Then, without another word, he lunged at me and began to strangle me. I struggled, but he was stronger. One does not need to be able to kill, only to possess a disturbed mind. Those who allow themselves to be led like robots by religion are no exception.